Cal, can we get 75 people?
Okay, we're actually live now on YouTube. I finally was able to do
Oh,
it. Just
nice.
give me a moment to come back to Zoom. The progress bar never syncs up with the Zoom. Okay, I'm back here. Hello, Dub
Yeah,
Nation
there it is.
YouTubers, those of you who are checking us out today. I've actually got Santa Cruz Warriors versus Agua Caliente in the background, and I'll go ahead and do a live commentary on that. But first, we have some buddies of mine, one-star recruits with Dana Knops and Richie Brand. So why don't you guys introduce yourselves in any way you'd like?
Well, thanks, Rich. What can I call you? Should I call you Poor Man's Commish? Should I call you Rich?
Yeah, that's fine. Poor Man's Commish is great because
How
this
long
is Poor
before
Man's
we start?
Commish, your Warriors credentialed insider. My bad.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there it is. That's official. That's a great segue.
That's my intro, and I forgot to do it.
Oh, good. I'm glad we got it out because that's actually a great segue. How long, Rich, have you been at the game, just of content and Warriors basketball? Because I've known you since
Dude, you've known me since 2007. Then in that case, it's 2007.
I think I first met you in like 2010. I get the years mixed up. I don't know if it was We Believe or after, because like those years were all a blur.
You know what? I think it was after. But how did you arrive at 2007?
Because my mind kind of blurs too. It was a long time ago at 2007. That's when I started. And when I started, I just remember all the passionate people I met, and you were one of them early, but I don't know if we actually activated in doing events with Golden State of Mind and growing that part of the business, maybe until 2009, possibly, now that I think about it.
Okay, yeah. So let's say 2009. And yeah, we started with, I think, were you involved at all with the GSOM nights?
Yeah,
we would
yeah.
get like 300 people. Yeah, those were great. We're still going to try and do that, but
you guys rock it. So what year did you become credentialed as far as
so I was I guess partially credentialed way back in around then 2009 2010, and then I realized before the masses did that SB Nation was running some shady stuff.
Yeah.
So I got out of there, man. I was like, I'm not doing this for you guys for free. Are you crazy? And then I was really gonna go all in deep, and I did with Let's Go Warriors. And so
what does that mean? What does that mean? You got all the domains. You got the logo made. You probably put some of your own cash into it.
Yeah, pretty much. Piecemeal as needed. The first thing was traveling with the team to China in 2013.
Yep.
Oh, wow. Right after the awesome Denver series, which we upset the Nuggets, and then the Spurs, where we probably should have won a couple more games.
Yep.
And that went on, but yeah, so there I was at some of the games, but not all of them. And Drew Morita of the San Francisco Examiner was my buddy sitting right next to me. That was, during the Denver series. If we can take a trip down memory lane, that was when Steph first pulled out the pull-ups from the logo, and we were sitting there going, "What did he just do?"
Mm-hmm.
So then that kind of when they went to China, I was basically the only Warriors beat writer there because nobody else wanted to.
Right.
San Francisco Chronicle wasn't going to send Rusty Simmons.
By the way, it's so classic Poor Man's Commish, by the way, that you would raise your hand, and turns out to be one of the better memories, if not the best memory, that you might have had so far this thing. And there's a couple rings there. But that's what I was telling Rip, why you're so awesome. Like, Poor Man's Commish is that dude. And now he's he got to go to China. Now you look back, when is that? 7 years later? Probably one of your top threes, right?
Yeah, but then it becomes a blur because I got to go to I got credentialed by Team USA, so I got to go see Steph and Clay in Barcelona, Spain, and then the Warriors went back to China in 2017, and it's just like, whoa. So it's been a wild ride, and I'm just happy to be able to go to practice film Steph shooting around for like 2 minutes or whatever
Yep.
the maximum the NBA allows me to,
Yeah.
and then share that with the world. Honestly, that makes me happy.
That's so cool. And what timing too to go all in around 2013. I mean, you saw 3 titles in the next 5 years, which is what timing.
So lucky, yeah. It's just, yeah. We were just talking about it today on our Let's Go Warriors Discord server, which we have. We got to get you guys on there.
Yeah.
And it was just like today. I guess ESPN tweeted out. Like I think it was. Got to look at it. But CJ McCollum have a kid? I forget, but it's like a compendium of NBA players with their kids, and there's Steph with Riley doing the
I saw that
the handshake. Yeah, so we're just remarking just how great that was. And I'm just sitting here going, yeah, Steph is the type of guy that he's like literally changed my life. Like, from the moment of me realizing that, oh my God, I actually find a lot of joy in going to shoot around or practice, filming him because nobody was doing it back then, and then sharing that on our YouTube channel with the world. And then I had like Achilles soreness, so I stopped playing basketball myself. And I found out that I didn't need to go to the gym to shoot around or anything, or I didn't need to risk my Achilles to play anymore because Steph replaced my need to see a ball go splash through the hoop. So there was that. But then the more you just hang around the guy, you guys both, especially Dana being part of the Warriors organization at one point, you just learn from the man. Like, this guy enjoys life, and just finds joy in everything. This morning, it's on our Instagram. It was like the first thing I posted, or one of the first things today from the media availability. Steve Kerr's talking to Nick Friedel of ESPN. Nick goes, "So about Draymond, what do you think he'll be able to, rein it in and not get any more technicals?" And right at that point, somebody goes, "Good question, Nick. Great question, Nick." And Steve Kerr just stops in the middle and he laughs and goes, "Oh, that was Steph. And he thinks your question is great, Nick." Nick Friedel. And so people in our Discord knew that had happened because I was writing notes at the time, and they're just like, "Oh, we're so lucky to have a guy like Steph." And it's those types of things that just, it's inspiring. And also I refer to Steph as Saint Wardell because he's like a saint to me. Like, nothing pays him.
Damn, Rich, that's deep. I didn't know it was like that.
Yeah.
But I see it. I makes sense. It makes sense. The time he came up to, we talk about it on our podcast. I think it was maybe the Jeff Van Gundy episode or another episode, Rip, that I talked about early Steph Curry taking him and Jeremy Lin to Oakland schools. Really the only month we had Jeremy was the only player available to us in my department for about a month in time when he first made the roster. They were like, "Okay, you guys get 2 players." Like, we got Bellinelli in 2008. I think they gave us like Tolliver in 2009. Usually they'll give like the sales, the group sales, one player to work around. But that particular year they gave us Jeremy Lin. But I remember Steph didn't have to come with him, but we went to an Asian American school in Oakland and brought Jeremy, and it was amazing. His mom was there with him, and Steph came.
Have to go.
Steph came,
That's
bro.
awesome.
Yeah, and the kids went.
Steph.
So Steph. So I'm with you. I didn't know it was like that fully though. What's the update? Give an update for the listeners on that Santa Cruz game.
Oh, thanks, man. Wow, you're a pro at this, Dana. Sheesh. Look at Dana go, man.
We had to keep him hanging. Nobody turned in to hear your love affair with Steph Curry.
Exactly. Oh, by the way, I forgot. YouTube has this funny thing where you have to post the first comment for the comments to be activated. So let me just quickly do that on my slow Chromebook here.
Anybody asking about my head shape? I've got a few compliments on that from pro athletes in the last month. So.
Oh, really? Well, we'll come back to that for sure. But no, I mean, it's great to see you, Dana. Like, dude, Have we talked about your background yet?
Well, let me. I don't. I mean, we're not going to bore people with too much of that. But how I knew Rich, so I was in group sales. Is how I started in sports, and group sales is like regular season ticket sales. It's like the lowest level of the game. You make like $30K, and you call a bunch of people, and you essentially build relationships. Pretty early on, I realized it's like the 80-20 rules in full effect, right? 80% of your business comes from the top 20 people, and the top 20% of the people were so easy to find because it was passion, you know? And for group sales, it was really interesting for me. This applies to anybody doing any type of group sales. My mind opened up when I was like, shit, because it was hard in like 2009, 2010. That was when Monte got hurt, and we were starting lineup of D-leaguers. Read those rosters out, try to get people to come out to that game. And speaking of legends, this guy John Bishop, he works for the NBA. He still does. He's a senior vice president. He worked with Agua Caliente, and he worked with me in Santa Cruz. But early on, he said, group tickets is actually the best job in the whole building. I said, why? He said, if you ask enough questions, every single human's associated with groups. You just got to ask, are you a member of a church? Does your children play sports? Are you in a blog? Whatever. So that changed the game, and that allowed me to meet a lot of really passionate people who wanted to come to a basketball game no matter what, if the basketball was good or not, which was so cool at the time. We saved a lot of those Monte wins. You remember, Rich, were because Club 200 was popping on a Wednesday night against Toronto. It probably shouldn't have been.
Yeah, this was back when, Toronto was still considered an expansion team. People on this YouTube cannot relate to that.
Tough to get. This is tough, and everybody now, the modern Let's Go Warriors fans, and shout out to everybody out there in YouTube land. Don't remember some of those times. I know the OGs do. Shout out to Shiloh and all my old timer guys who know those years. But yes, that built a base, and the Lake Kurt in particular led the effort to go grab a G League team from North Dakota, from Bismarck. And he did that. Yeah. And that was in sports, when you're not an athlete, and this, Rich, when you're on the other side, you just always have, when opportunity comes, you have to try to take it. And that might mean moving to a new city. That might be picking up a new beat. And in this case, it was an opportunity to build this franchise down in Santa Cruz, which I was hopped on and moved down there. And my wife moved with me, and we built what everybody knows now, I think, and has been down to Santa Cruz. And that was when we reconnected again, because right when we brought Gina on, I think, to do PR, that you came back down, because that's when we started getting Michael Thompson was playing for us, and Steph Curry was playing for us. We had the Splash Brother thing going on.
Kaiser Permanente Arena was like a huge deal. You take it for granted now, but it's such a...
How much fun was that in 2014, 2015, coming down there, though, on cold nights?
And it's like you've replicated the Oracle atmosphere, which is not easy to do. And you've done it in Santa Cruz, which is a pretty cool venue, to be honest with you.
Now that I'm away from it, Rich, it feels like we talked to, on our podcast, we talked to a couple ex-Indiana guys. Calvert Cheney we talked to, and Coach Steve Alford we talked to.
Oh, yeah.
And they talk about Assembly
Indiana
Hall.
University. I was thinking Pacers, and then
the real basketball in Indiana. They care more about IU basketball than they do about the Pacers. Unfortunately, although we can talk about that, it's worth an NBA ticket watch to see Sabonis. He's the next. He might be the next big man transition. And anyway, it was just such a great experience in Santa Cruz to build that thing. And we created, the Indiana guys, though, talking about Assembly Hall, but then further, he was talking about playing college basketball. And when he started, I was like, shit, that sounds like what we were doing in 2013, 2014. That was when Coach Casey Hill was winning championships. We had a really good relationship with GSW. So we're bringing up and down guys like Kuz. Remember Big Kuz?
Nedovic.
We had a couple,
And who's the coach of the Pacers now? Full circle right there.
Nate Bjorkgren, Nate Bjorkgren. That was the first Santa Cruz Warriors coach in 2012. Great friends with Nick Nurse.
And he's a great coach, as people should know. If they remember watching the first Warriors-Pacers game this year. Boom. Pacers are, they're like Miami Heat prime. They just work hard. I'm going to real quick take a picture of us so I can... So ready? 3, 2, 1. Okay, cool. By the way, 28-29, Santa Cruz Warriors down by 1:12 to go. So we were going to sort of do this. We still will. Nico Mannion is hurt today. He's still got the ankle problem. Jeremy Lin is out.
Is it an ankle, Rich? Is it a quad? Is it a quad? Is it an ankle?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Nico's a quad.
Yeah.
Horrible journalism.
No, we got you. We got you, brother.
So we will revisit studying Nico on the live stream, and we're also having a little problems with the broadcast because we have to pick one where it's not on ESPN Plus. So we'll figure those out. We didn't know this until we tried to log in, and everything.
Yep, it's all good. It's everybody's lucky day because they get to learn more about Poor Man's Commish and spend some time with the one-star recruits. So let me tell everybody while we have you just about the podcast. It's so I worked in the NBA. Rip worked also in sports for a handful of years in a division, actually writing investment type stories with athletes, what athletes are doing post careers with their money or during.
This is Richie right here, Richie Brand.
This is Richie Brand.
All right, Richie Brand, everybody.
There you go, Rich. Look at Poor Man's Commish. You're dishing him out like Nico. So we had this. I guess this kind of book of business. Anyway, this thing hit this coronavirus, and we said, shit, let's try to learn some lessons from great people. And between the two of us, we happen to know some people. So we put this thing together, and that's how it kind of has transformed. So since we're talking to guys like Austin Eckler and Nico Mannion, and this week coming up on Wednesday, we have Montel Jordan. You remember him, Rich?
Montel Jordan, jeez.
This is
he's a one-star recruit. He's coming to.
He's a one-star recruit. He went to Pepperdine. And he did not play sports at Pepperdine. But he'll tell you a story how he has a very interesting basketball story with fellow Pepperdine alumni Doug Christie. So that will drop on Wednesday.
I mean, Montel is a legend.
Legend, bro. And Rip has some. I guess I gotta give you some love because you actually have some of the better questions that I think might have ever been asked in his whole career. So shouts to you, Rip.
Yeah, and that's what we try to do is no matter sports, music, we try to get, because Dana and I are one stars. That's where the name One Star Recruits comes from. Is we're terrible at athletics. Dana's got a little basketball game for the, what was it called? The One Club, Dana, up there. But we try to get 5 stars on our show to kind of teach some lessons and give some guidance and some life advice for everyone out there, as well as tell their stories. So that's what our show is all about. We drop episodes every Wednesday wherever you get podcasts. So check us out, One Star Recruits.
Yeah, so that's the story, Rich. And we're kind of taking your lead a little bit. You're more digitally inclined, and I know you're attached to a lot of things. But the one thing that we do really, really well, and we're going to continue to do, is we get really what we think are A-level guests that are unique, and just try to bring them out. I mean, the best advice I got from Dickie Vitale that I've been taking to heart is taking a shot of grapefruit juice every morning. It's a little trick to keep your energy up that he practices, so all kinds of tidbits. Have you listened, Rich, or no? Not yet.
To One Star Recruits podcast?
Yeah, you won't hurt my feelings if you haven't listened yet.
I have not. I mean, I will before we hit up Nico, for sure.
All right.
We have time to do that.
Let me ask you this. I ask all we do have guest hosts almost every episode. We'll bring in a guest host as well as an interview. But I ask all of our guest hosts if you could hear one interview, and it could be outside the box. It doesn't have to be sports. It could be somebody from your childhood. We know you love Steph. We'd love to get Steph on the show too. I think that's too easy though. Who would be your next recommendation that you would like to hear on a Sports and Life podcast?
Sort of think of a contrarian type answer, or
maybe.
Or, you're still be a popular guy.
You're the world's interesting man. I mean, it could be a little bit of both. I'll tell you, we had Chris Murphy, president of the Santa Cruz Warriors. Shout out, Chris. He's probably watching the game and not watching us on the YouTube feed of Let's Go Warriors. But he is from upstate New York, and he loves Syracuse. He'd love to see Derek Coleman. Hear what he's been up to. So
yeah, we like tracking people down that you kind of haven't heard from in a long time.
Yeah. No, I'll try and help you out here because maybe
while you're thinking, Rich, I'll just so the YouTube viewers know we've had Muggsy Bogues on, we've had George Mirasan on,
Ricky
Still,
Williams.
Ricky Williams has been on. We've had Scott Boras, power agent, probably the biggest power agent in professional baseball, friend of the pod. Bay Area legend Spencer Torkelson, the #1 draft pick from Arizona State with the Detroit Tigers, was on the pod. So we're all over the place, you know?
I see. Well, I gotta really think about that.
You think about it.
Something
I'll tell you
will
what.
come to me.
I'll tell you what.
Something will come to me.
You can tweet us when it comes to you, man. But we appreciate the time. I wanted to hop on just today. We were hoping to watch a little bit of the game and talk a little bit about the basketball. But I want to just commend you, Rich, for you're an OG legend in the game now too in the Bay Area, over a decade. And I just want to give you some kudos and say thank you. You were arranging groups at Golden State and Mine Night in 2009. We started, I think, with 85 or 90 people, man. I mean, listening to Kalena Azabuki in that sides corner suite give a pregame talk about playing Kentucky basketball, you know. I will say this. I don't know if you still have them. If you do still have them, post them on your Twitter. If you have any of the GSOM night shirts that we've done, they were fire.
Ooh.
Tony PSD made some. Tony PSD made some fire shirts, bro.
Yeah. So, I thought of somebody.
Okay.
It would be it's a good time to plug. Have you guys heard of the movie coming out? It's called Boogie.
Is that with No, I'm gonna probably make a fool of myself. I think I've have an idea in my head, but I want you to tell me. Go ahead.
It's ramping up really quick. I think
is it the Eddie Huang from the writer?
Eddie Huang. Yeah,
he's hilarious.
Huang. Yes.
Yeah.
So I would say get Eddie Huang.
Oh, fire!
Yeah.
I would love him, man. He just for most of the pandemic, he was living in Taiwan.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, he made a movie.
He made a movie. He's so interesting. He started a bao bun place, bro, and he wrote fresh off the boat. Okay, look at that, poor man's commish. That'd be a really good guest for me too, because he's a great chef, and I love to cook.
Cool. Yeah, so get him because his movie Boogie is coming out, and the star actor, the lead actor, Taylor Takahashi, he played for me on a couple of my tournament teams for Dream League. So
he's an actor. He's an actor now, not a baller, or probably a little bit of both to play that role.
A little bit of both, yeah.
What is it? What is it? Is it the Jeremy Lin story, or is it not a specific story?
No, it's not it's a fictional, pretend the next Asian American kid that has a shot at the NBA, pretend he came up through New York, where Eddie's from, and set it in that environment. Because Jeremy's different. It's totally different, right?
Totally.
And they got Pop Smoke in this movie before he passed away. So there's a lot of
really close with Eddie. Yeah.
Hip hop cultural. Yeah. So we'll see. It's coming out March 5th. We'll see if it blows up.
You thought you were being a contrarian. Instead, you are a genius. Poor man's commission. This is just
man, I gotta have you on like all the time. Just pump me up, man.
It's a good ride, man.
It's great to have you guys, and we'll see you soon as well because we still got to do the one with Nico Mannion. We'll save that because that's going to be really exciting to like talk about him and how you guys know him and all the things that there's analysis.
There's an Arizona connection that's pretty cool there. And then it ties, what's interesting, I talked about the group ticket stuff, and this just ties back to kind of how the sausage is made a little bit in sports, but he has an Italian background and he actually played on the men's Italian team, as you know. My first actual event with the Warriors was doing an Italian-American heritage night with Marco Bellinelli. So it's for just the heritage part of representing and kind of these younger dudes, because you think 19, it's something that I had to keep reminding myself when we talk to Nico, because he's a real point guard, and real point guards are like old souls a little bit,
It took the Warriors 20 years to get another Italian guy on the squad, or what?
Pretty much, man. The bottom line is they're not a dime a dozen. So the Bay Area Italian American community stand up. The Bay Area Asian American community stand up. Lots of bullshit going on. So anyway, we can raise.
We'll come back on, Rich, and we we had Nico on a couple weeks ago, right at the start of this G League bubble. So if anyone wants to check out that interview, you can look up One Star Recruits on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, wherever you get podcasts. And yeah, let's regroup it when Nico's back playing after his quad's healthy, and Jeremy will be back too.
Yes, sir. Thanks, guys.
All right, Rich. Keep it real.
Appreciate you.
We'll catch you later, brother. Thank you, man.
Okay. Take care.
Thanks, man. Take care.
Thank you. All right, folks. I'm not going to leave you just yet. We're gonna go ahead and watch the Santa Cruz game. I'm going to turn on both my earbuds here. So yeah, if Warriors are down 38-40, Alan Smiley is in. There's about 9 minutes left in the first half. So we got Smiley playing point guard a little bit here, sort of running the offense, and he gets the ball tapped away from him. That sucks. Turnover. Here comes Agua, but offensive foul on Agua. So I will try to do some social media promotion. Try and doing that during timeouts. So my focus here is going to be Jordan Poole and Smiley Beach, because there's no Jeremy Lin. He's out with the back soreness again. And there's no Nico Mannion, has a Charlie horse on his thigh. So do my best to keep you guys informed. And there goes Isaiah Reese. He's been solid as far as got a layup right there. And now he's on the floor playing defense. Pretty solid point guard. That was kind of one of the concerns going into this G League bubble, was that the Warriors had 4 point guards. Nico, Jeremy Lin, Dusty Hannas, and this guy, Isaiah Reese, who picked up a loose ball, and now it's a jump ball. By the way, Dwayne Sutton, still playing well, hit a 3. I'm sorry, not Dwayne Sutton. I get him mixed up. Caleb Wesson, number 43, has hit a 3 so far this game. And cool. We have a question in the comments. How likely do you think the Warriors will keep the Timberwolves pick? That just comes down to ping pong balls and mathematics. Minnesota looks like they're going to be bottom of the barrel type team this year. No offense to the Timberwolves fans, but they're probably going to end up in the bottom 3 of the NBA. And there's Caleb Wesson with an and 1 assist, Isaiah Reese. And we are up 42-40. Let me just make sure. Yeah, Caleb Wesson. He already has 9 points. Free throw make it 10. So back to Minnesota. So it's likely that Minnesota will be a bottom 3 team in the league, in which case I think they'll have a 40% chance of keeping their pick at 1, 2, or 3. I could be wrong about that, but there's so many different combinations and iterations of that I almost just think of it as it's 50-50. It feels like. So yeah, I don't think we should worry about that until the last day of the season, when we know where Minnesota's going to land, 1, 2, or 3, and then all the mathematical experts in the NBA can tell us the exact odds. At which point that doesn't even really matter, because it just really depends on how the ping pong balls drop. So I wouldn't worry about it. We're gonna have ping pong balls in there, and we may or may not get it. It's up to the basketball gods. Maybe they'll be nice to us, considering we've had 2 Achilles, 1 ACL tear on us in the past, 2 years. Okay, Jordan Poole is in now. Dusty Hannah's misses 3. We're still up by 1 point. Oh, long day, long night. Just as I said in the intro with 1-star recruits, I had to watch the media availability from Warriors practice in New York. So I'm already a little bit exhausted. Yeah, Stephen Curry today, he looks fine. He doesn't look sick at all, but he's still listed as questionable. So I think he'll play. I mean, he made a joke today as we were doing our media availability. The Warriors have posted him shooting around, photos, video. They have video of Clay. Go check that out. It's really cool. Video of Clay giving the thumbs up for James Wiseman. All right, back to the action. Santa Cruz Warriors here in Orlando, the bubble. Caleb Wesson throws the ball away, but we get it back. There's Ryan Taylor, sharpshooter. Pulls up from 3, good. And we're up 48-42. Excuse me while I add a little caffeine to my bloodstream here. Starbucks nearby. Jordan Poole, a little bit of razzle dazzle between the leg move there, but it didn't really go anywhere because it's too jam packed over there. Goes behind the back, left side banker, 8.5 degree of difficulty there. I don't know. Some of those just you don't need to do those type of crazy moves. Just try and do simpler, like Michael Jordan used to do around the elbow. Just kind of couple steps, rise up, shoot the jumper. But Jordan Poole a little too much in his bag there. Now we have a timeout. All right. So now that we're in a timeout, I'm going to go to social media, tweet out the link, and chill for a bit. Let's look at the score and the box score. Oh, excuse me. Oh, yeah, 48-42 Warriors. Refresh this box score. Okay. Isaiah Reese and Ryan Taylor have 11 points each. I wasn't paying attention when they did that. Ryan Taylor is 3 for 5 from threes. Isaiah Reese has 11 points, is a plus 14. He got the start tonight at the point guard. So we started Isaiah Reese, Jordan Poole, Dusty Hannahs at the small forward, Axel Tupan, and Smiley Beach. If you follow Axel Tupan on TikTok, you will see that he has a few cool candid shots of people in the bubble, including Jordan Poole and Smiley. We asked him a question the other day about Smiley, and he said that they're like Boban and Tobias Harris 2.0. And we got to finally see evidence of that thanks to Alex Tupan's TikTok. And Jordan Poole throws the ball away trying to do an entry pass. we're back to the. That's what makes it so hard to evaluate Jordan Poole. He'll have this 37-point game, and then spectacular wraparound passes, spectacular dribbling displays, spectacular shooting, and then he'll throw the ball away from the top down low. So it's so frustrating for me to evaluate him. So we're just going to give him some more time and give him the benefit of the doubt. Right now they're reviewing a foul. Oh, excuse me, to see if there's any flagrant. 5:55 remaining. Okay, we're back. They missed the free throw. Warriors draw a foul. They're at the line of 6. Caleb Wesson again. Jordan Poole, kick out. Dusty Hannah's no good. Okay. Nate Hinton, the placed G League player from the Dallas organization, moved his pivot foot. So we are still up 8, 5 minutes to go. Santa Cruz Warriors, I believe they're 4-3 right now. 3 straight wins, I think. Don't quote me on that. And Jordan Poole gets the rebound. Here he is bringing it up. Fires a pass to Caleb West. Sorry, no, that's who is that? To Nate Hinton. And Nate Hinton loses it. So it's another turnover for the C Dubs. And I think we have 11 turnovers already. Just so turnover prone in the bubble. Okay. So I started this. I might as well keep going. Jordan Poole, Dusty Hannah, swing over to Axel Toupin. 3. We're up by 9. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to just kind of watch Jordan Poole exclusively, see where he goes, his demeanor, his cutting. No Smiley. He got the start, has only played 7 minutes. I asked Chris Weems, the head coach, how many minutes he would play, and was told that it'll still be, 15, 16, 17 minutes, maybe 18, 19 by now, but it won't be all that much. Nate Hinton streaks down the court. Layup, fast break, good. We're up 11. Our defense has really stepped it up. Axel Tupan with a snuff of an Agua Caliente guy, and he goes 94 feet. Layup good. We're up 13. But let's close this out. Same problem as the big squad. Closing out games. We're up 13. You gotta just keep this up, basically. And there's Caleb West with a block. Nate Hinton to Isaiah Reese, no look pass. Swing to Jordan Poole. 3-pointer in the corner. Timeout. Sorry, that was Axel Tupan from the corner. At least Nico Mannion is there on the bench. And Agua's going to call timeout. And we're up a good amount right now. We're up, we're up 14. According to the box score. I thought it was 16. But anyway, Axel Tupan leading the way with 13 points. 4 players in double figures. Jordan Poole only has 3 points. And he also has 3 turnovers. This caffeine isn't really doing it for me. All right. Any of you guys had questions? Ask away, my friends. I've got, on the website, I have a report from practice. I've got tons of knowledge. Fire away in the comments. Let's catch up on some of these. I talked about Jordan Poole, but he hasn't done much this game. Only 3 points, a -4 on the plus minus. Want to see Brad Wanamaker and Mulder waive and sign Trevor Ariza. It's not that easy. You got to go look at a salary cap table, Grace, because I've said this in our other live streams. To cut Brad Wanamaker and bring in somebody else, you're going to be paying a boatload of extra taxes. And why would Portland get rid of Ariza or whoever has Ariza? Is it Portland? Let me see. Let's see what team he's on. Trevor Ariza. Oklahoma City Thunder. OKC would gladly get rid of him, I guess. But let's go to the salary cap table. OKC. Let's look at Hoops Hype. Hoops Hype. OKC get salaries. Let's look at that. You have to go look at salary cap table whenever you're doing stuff. Nate Hinton hit another 3. Warriors up comfortably by 17. All right, let's look at a reason right here. $12 million. You don't cut Wanamaker and Mulder. And how are you going to fit Trevor Ariza in? You can't. You legally you can't unless you disabled player exception is $9 million. Why would Ariza want to be paid less than his $13 million? Doesn't make sense. It would it would require a lot of salary cap gymnastics to bring in a Trevor Ariza. So let me just. Do you think Poole plays second team point guard? I don't think that's the role they have for him. What he's doing in the G League is he's playing the Andrew Wiggins role, which is to get downhill at the free throw line. First of all, to hit threes on catch and shoots, and then to get downhill at the free throw line and attack. If they had Jordan Poole slated to come back and play point guard like you're suggesting, then they would have him playing point guard here, but that's not happening. So I'll just go ahead and. But yeah, Poole really needs to turn it around when he gets back to the NBA, because if he doesn't, there's only so many spots on a roster, and I feel like the big squad, Golden State, might want to try other things like, I don't know, veteran scoring of some sort. It all changes because Clay's coming back. So I don't know. Everybody's got to have sort of an upward trending performance or development. But there's still a lot of variables in play. I mean, Wiseman and Looney haven't even come back yet. So let's not jump the gun. Let's let things develop. And we have Axel Tupan not being able to handle a pass from Isaiah Reese. Just a silly turnover. Don't know whose fault it is. Smiley's back in. And yeah, I haven't really seen Jordan Poole do much today. Which is a little disappointing considering there's no Nico Mannion, no Jeremy Lin. And but the important thing for this squad is that they're up by 17. We don't even have Poole in there right now. All right, so Agua Caliente took the last shot of halftime. That's that. Warriors up 17, a comfortable margin. Again, we have, let me just update the box score. And let me also tweet out the link. Let's look at box score. Okay. Axel Tupan now has 16 points. Caleb Wesson, 12 points. Ryan Taylor, 11. Isaiah Reese, 11. Nate Hinton, 7 points. And Smiley has 4 points in 8 minutes. Jordan Poole, 3 points in 11 minutes. Okay, so finish this tweet. Santa Cruz Warriors. check the comments real quick. Thanks to like the 10 of you that decided to tune in real quick. Pretty lazy Monday afternoon here. Big squad, Golden State Warriors. Remember, tomorrow they will play the New York Knicks at Madison Square Garden. And it should be a lot of fun. We got Bob Myers on the broadcast now. Let me try and listen in. We've got him at halftime. PJ Tucker. I do like PJ Tucker, but it's a moving target, right? We go on a 10-game losing streak. We're probably not going to need PJ Tucker. Just save your money on the salaries. If we go on a run, maybe we want PJ Tucker more to try and get a top 6 seed, because 7, 8, 9, and 10 have to play each other just to get the 7th and 8th spots. Let's talk about if the Warriors keep middling around and win, loss, win, loss, then you're stuck as an 8th seed, 9th seed, 10th seed. Maybe it's just not worth going out and spending the extra $4 million, which you got to pay another $4 million on tax on, plus probably a few more million after that being a repeater. And maybe it's just not worth it to get a PJ Tucker at that point, when you can keep it as is and maybe get an upset in the first round, and then anything can happen after that. So it just really depends on the actual time frame when they need to make a decision. I wonder when the deadline is. I think it's probably coming up, considering the All-Star break is coming up. Let me see if I can Google it. They're talking about Nico Mannion right now with Bob Myers, so let me listen in and relay. This is my 2-year-old Rosie Myers. That's her name. Obviously, my name is not Rosie, but that's what's showing on the screen. So that's my moment. And I'll just leave it there. Maybe people can get a laugh at it. Bob Myers on. That's the third of my 3 daughters, Rosie. Yes, 3 daughters. One of them just showed up on Zoom. Rosie showed up. All right, here's Nico's analysis. His competitiveness, learning from his miscues. It's funny because we would have a whole lot more to say with our guys, 1-star recruits, Dana Knox, and Richie Brand of 1-star recruits. But we'll have that information for you next time they come on. We'll figure out when they are coming back to this live. And now they're talking about Smiley, talk about meniscus type stuff. All right, let's keep looking at the Warriors DPE deadline. It's been nice to see he's got a lot more confidence in that environment. We need to transfer that confidence to the Smiley has a lot more confidence in G League, but needs to show that with the Golden State Warriors. It's tough on the minute stretch of time. He's in and out, as you've seen, and that's hard for any player to play that way. But in the time he's been in there, he's made plays, shown aggressiveness. Clearly, he loves to score, and mistakes he makes are mostly aggressive mistakes. And you even referenced, I think, in the second quarter, he Okay, DPE expires on April 19th. That's a lot of time. That's a lot of buffer to see how our team's going, because the Warriors on April 19th are going to be probably a very different team than they are today, February 22nd. Yeah. So Bob Myers is saying you don't get better unless you play. So that's what he's saying about Smiley.
That's all we have time for. Thank you for your time and enjoy your time down in the Orlando bubble. All right, appreciate that. Thanks a lot. And thanks for joining us. That's Bob Myers, Golden State Warriors, President of Basketball Operations and General.
I hate it when people ask me smart questions. So it's up to you, my guy. You know nothing. You want to be my hater? Let's go. Let's go, man. I ain't no different than when I used to play on the basketball court. So you tell me, brother. On the subject of Wanamaker, who is your point guard replacement then? Like, you can't say I want to get rid of Wanamaker and not bring anybody, right? Is he really that bad? He's not all that bad. 2.25 million. That's what you get at 2.25 million, with the potential of playing like Wanamaker of the bubble playoffs with Celtics. But I've talked about this ad nauseum here. We don't need to make a decision on Wanamaker right now. Like, you know, it's gonna be up and down, up and down, up and down, and then hopefully a little bit up, you know, as you go, like the stock market. That's all we care about. Like, we're not gonna like the stock market. We're not gonna look at one game only at a -7 or whatever and then extrapolate that out and say, oh, he's gonna suck, you know, by the All-Star break or whatever time. I mean, who are you gonna replace him with? And is this replacement going to translate into wins for a guy that plays 15 minutes a game? Like, he's there to back up Steph. It's like, just don't throw the ball to the other team. Like, he's Steph's backup. Like, there's not a whole lot for the backup to do. So you just hope that you get a guy that plays gritty defense and can distribute the ball here and there, and can hit a few threes here and there. So it's like, why do y'all get all worked up about Brad Wanamaker? Like, throw in whatever name you want. I wouldn't get worked up about him. Like, what name do you want? And we couldn't afford Michael Carter Williams. And if you threw Michael Carter Williams, even if we could afford Michael Carter Williams, so what? Like, he has a few bad games. I wouldn't be worried about Michael Carter Williams either. Like, it's like backup point guard of Steph Curry is just not on my priority list of things, because it doesn't really, on the list of things that lead to Warriors wins, that's just, the backup to Steph isn't very high. Now, if Steph is sick and he doesn't play, and Brad or whoever it was had to play and be there on the floor and, you know, get outsmarted by LaMelo Ball on that last play, that could have been anybody, but Steph is supposed to be there at that moment in time. So that's a one-off. That doesn't even count. Like, that just happened. And the reason why he didn't call a timeout, or the reason why he let LaMelo outsmart him at that moment in time, is because he hasn't had enough experience with our team. He's only played 30 games, 31 games. Like first 31 games of Sean Livingston, how many times did he mess up? So all this Wanamaker talk, it's like the guys that really know basketball, we don't worry about Wanamaker. Like it's not a concern right now. The concern is maybe we don't have to play small all the time. Let's get Wiseman and Looney healthy. Oh, but you can't control that. So people on social media, got to figure out something else that they can control and hate. Oh, Wannaberger. Just like, this is such unintelligent basketball discussion. It's like, why do you guys go there? There's other things to talk about, but there's other things that nobody can control right now, which is the return of James Wiseman, the return of Kevon Looney, Steph getting sick at the last minute. And so, it's just one of those things. Everyone on social media wants to be outraged. Meanwhile, on my Instagram, Let's Go Warriors has Steph having fun with Nick Friedel of ESPN. So I that's our content. Like, we prefer to focus on that content because it's fun. Like, the whole Wanamaker thing, I mean, yeah, we could analyze that to death, but it's like there's other stuff to have fun with. There's Clay on the exercise bike today. There's Wiseman probably coming back, so just asking Steve Kerr about him at the pregame tomorrow at 4:30 tip off, so minus an hour and a half, 3 o'clock at 3 p.m. tomorrow Pacific time. We'll know whether Looney and Wiseman are playing. And that's exciting. Like, but I get it. Like, now that you guys don't know where to find your content. So now you're gonna, oh, let's bring down Wanamaker. Oh, let's bring down Draymond. Oh, let's bring down this, that. It's just, that's why I stay off Twitter, because everybody wants to be outraged about something. It's like, Let's Go Warriors is the opposite of that, actually. We try and find things that's fun, that's like positive, that's like, glass half full stuff. Draymond today talked about some awesome basketball perspectives. Like, reason why he isn't averaging the points that he used to average is because it's hard to score when Clay and KD aren't on your team. And when you suddenly got to be in attack mode all of a sudden, after 6 years of not being in attack mode, of being in distributor mode to Katie and Clay, and then being able to hit an open three when all of that's covered, that's far different than today, where he's attacking 94 feet and he's trying to finish a lefty scoop, and it trickles out, and y'all get mad at him. I'm done with the negativity. We're not doing that today. So we're back. 68-51. Smiley on the floor fouls a guy. How many fouls on Smiley? Smiley has one foul. I hate how the G League site doesn't automatically update. Like, why can't it use just the same technology as the NBA site? That sucks. All right, here's Smiley. Again, it's Isaiah Reese starting at the point guard position today. He's pretty good, actually. I like him. I think Nico's better though. And there goes Isaiah throwing the ball away. Right when I said that, 2 points, Agua, the other way. I'm going to do what you should not do on any broadcast, which is to eat or drink. Hey, Smiley for 3. Back iron. Warriors up 15, 11 minutes to go. Agua, turnover. I don't know any of these guys. I'm not gonna kill myself trying to figure out every day. But anyways, Jordan Poole is in there playing the 2 guard. And there's the handoff to him, pick and roll with Smiley. He's got the role of Andrew Wiggins, going downhill, down the lane, gets fouled. So that's what they tried to do. I said this last time, is they maybe I should ask Steve Kerr at the pregame today, that they just told Jordan, hey, look, don't worry about being, backup point guard like you were last season, handling the ball. Even in training camp, even in mini camp, he misses a floater, by the way. Let's simplify your role. Just go out there and score. Damn it. Like, get the ball, shoot a 3 like he's doing now, misses it. If they leave you open, shoot a 3. If they get uptight on you, call Smiley out for the pick and roll, try to get downhill just like Wiggins. So I think they simplified it for Jordan Poole. And yeah, maybe it's time for me to ask him that. I gotta remember to do that post game. I gotta send an email to Warriors PR to make sure that I'm on there. Oh, yeah, there we go. In about an hour from now. They're getting on Jordan Poole on the broadcast, just having a quiet day. Smiley finishes. I failed to watch how he got to the rim, but he got to the rim, scored, and he is now at 6 points. Oh, that's terrible defense, but we're still up 11, I think. And no, we're up 12. And thank goodness G League is 1-shot free throws, good for 0 or 2 points. Because it would be kind of boring to watch this guy I don't know the name of just shoot 2 free throws slowly. Oh, that was an and 1. Sorry, guys. So yeah, that makes the lead for the Warriors now 12, and Smiley lost the ball, but thank goodness Agua touched it last. That wasn't a good look. Timeout. They're going to challenge us. 9 minutes to go. That's a worthwhile challenge because they're down 12. They need to turn the tide. Agua Caliente does. They're the Clippers affiliate team. Let's check and see how many people. Oh, 12 people watching. Thanks, guys. Okay, let me answer you guys. Clay, yeah, he'll be back next season. Oh, Lori's here. Lori made a comment. Thank you, Lori, for being on. One of 13 people, probably 12 people. They probably count my login as one of them. Um, okay, so we are at a timeout. Warriors are up 12. Jordan Poole again, struggle day. 3 points on 1-3, 1 for 5. 4 fouls already? I didn't even notice. Golly. 3 assists and 3 turnovers. He fouls a lot. He just fouls too much. The worst was when he fouled when they were up 4 and he fouled the guy at the 3-point line. They made it and went into overtime. That's like possibly the worst foul in basketball that you could possibly make, especially given time and score and possession. They run a play for him on the inbounds, but it was covered. Couldn't go there. Isaiah Reese, scoop, no good. Smiley jumps, can't get the rebound. And Clippers go the other way, charge. Still 8.5 left in third. This caffeine isn't helping me. So these G League games, man, they're tough to stay awake for, I gotta admit. Oh, but I'm here to give you what I see because I started with the one-star recruit podcast guys and gonna finish what I started. Poole passes up a 3, dribbles in, dishes out. 2-pan to Smiley, dribble handoff back to 2-pan. Dusty Hannah's layup good as the Clippers play Matador defense. Their defense is not good at all. I don't know whether to credit the Warriors. I mean, let's give them credit, but I've seen a couple times now the Clippers are just leaving lanes open and doing stupid stuff like this, like stepping on the line. I mean, the Warriors really need to take advantage. How many turnovers is that on Agua? 11. No, that's 12. The Warriors have 13 turnovers, so this is just, you see why I need this caffeine. 25 turnovers in the G League game. Jordan Poole goes all the way in. Couple fakes, got a dish out. Swing, swing. 2-pan misses a 3. I'm starting to remember 2-pan because he kind of looks like Brandon Rush out there. Same body type, same gait. Just a little lighter skin, I guess. But that's how I remember him. Oh, this is the one that looks like Brandon Rush. Wow, look at Laurie's loyalty in there. Even signed up for the one-star recruit podcast. Wow. I got to get Taylor Takahashi, burgeoning star of Boogie, the movie coming up by Eddie Huang. Comedian Eddie Huang, comedian producer. Gotta get him on here. Taylor Takahashi. I will beg him to come on here sooner or later. All right, Caleb Weston airball. And I should have no problems mistaking him with, what is that, Chris Paul? No, just kidding. Agua Caliente Clippers number 3 pulls up for a 3. And they're down to the Warriors by 9. So now you're running Caleb Weston on the point pivot. 2-pan Jordan Poole in the corner, back out the Dusty Hannah. Dusty Hannah hits the layup. I always want to say Daryl Hannah. Clippers miss, put that good, and still a 9-point game. SantaCruzBasketball.com. Big banner there on the score table. All right, Hannah's on the right side to say a Reese. Well, I'm getting to know these guys. Hannah's attacks. He's stuck in the paint. Back out to Axel to pan for 3. So we're up by 12. Man, what a game by Axel. Axel Foley, 16 points. Any of you know who I'm talking about? Axel Foley, Daryl Hannah. Only Lori in the comments knows, and me. Clippers miss again. God, what's their field goal percentage? I'd love to see it. Let me see if I got the eye test can be matched by the stats. 42%. Sorta. I mean, you want to be above, 45%. You want to be around 50. Warriors are at 55%, 11 to 23 from threes. Yeah, Clippers are throwing up bricks left and right. But they still got the ball. Someone in our Discord is posting Draymond content. Draymond Green and Jason Tatum are in a Subway sandwich commercial. All right, Warriors still up 12. Isaiah Reese, point guard. Hits a cutting two-pan, a.k.a. Brandon Rush. I have completely exhausted my supply of caffeine. It's going to have to last me another 4 minutes, 37 seconds of the third quarter, and then another 12 minutes before I fall asleep. Look at Reese. He's like Jeremy Lin prime. Like, poor man's Jeremy Lin out there drawing double teams and whatnot. Let's go ahead and watch this Jason Tatum, Draymond Green Subway sandwich commercial.
I'm Draymond Green.
I'm Draymond Green.
Tender steak and LT cheese. I serve like why would you say that, Jason? Hey man, just talking about stuff. Oh, come on.
Okay, let's. Can you guys hear this?
I'm Jason Tatum. Check out my Subway sub with delicious turkey and crispy bacon. I'm Draymond Green with my Subway sub with tender steak and melty cheese. My sub will help you put points on the board, unlike some other subs. Why would you say that, Jason? Hey man, just talking about subs here. Oh, come on. My sub is going to throw down. My sub has more rings than your sub. My sub has bacon. Choose better, be better when you do your favorite sub.
My sub has more rings than your sub. So a little fun Subway sandwich commercial by my guy Day Day. We're up 16, 4 minutes to go. Caleb Wesson is stuck on the floor, and Chris Weems calls timeout because he's stuck on the floor. We are still up by 16 with 3:55 to go. This game is super, super boring when Jordan Poole's not doing much, and Smiley's not doing much, and Nico's hurt, and Jeremy's hurt. Oh my God. I'm tired. Only got 10 people left. Stay with me, people. That's the tough part when you're doing these solo. No Rebecca. No, I didn't ask them to come on. That's the thing, because I thought Nico would be playing. I thought the one-star recruits guys would be here for the duration of the game, but they're the ones that interviewed Nico. So I have a lot of inside information on them, but just can't utilize that just yet. While I'm here, I might as well give you all a public service announcement. Today in San Francisco, I got texted by my health insurance company And they said, hey, it's time for the next wave of vaccines. So if you're a food service worker or a childcare worker, hit us up, call us up. So I called them because I'm like, yo, I did some caviar, which is now DoorDash. I did some DoorDash last year, guys like me that have their own independent NBA media site, we got to do what we got to do. And they were like, oh, yeah, you qualify. Come on in Thursday. Bam. So I'm getting the vaccine on Thursday. Lucky me. And for all of you out there that are wondering if they should get a vaccine, yeah, you should. It's just science. It's science. The idea is that the more people that get the vaccine, the more we're going to get this, herd immunity out there ASAP and just conquer this damn virus. So do it. Anyways, Ryan Taylor, steal, layup, good. Solid game for the shooter. Again, 4 Warriors in double figures, none of which are Jordan Poole or Smiley. And look at Isaiah Reese. Oh boy, we're probably not going to get Jordan or Smiley in the post game because they're not having good games. And the rest of the guys are having good games, and it's their time to shine and have their own, podium game. Axel Foley, aka B Rush. I got so many nicknames for Axel Toupon. He gets a block, but there was a foul call. Otherwise, it was a nice volleyball spike. Not a whole lot else to do these days except to refresh the G League box score for y'all. And what we have when we do that is we have come on, load. We're up 9. Isaiah Reese running the point. Smiley gets the ball. Dribble handoff. Isaiah Reese 3, short. Smiley chases it and causes the Clippers to touch it out of bounds. Good job, Smiley. Does he get the rebound for that? Let's see, because he has 4 rebounds, and if I refresh, if he has 5, then he's got it. Probably not. It's probably a team rebound when it just kind of goes off somebody. Wow, Eli Pemberton with a high stepping drive. Yeah, no rebound there for Smiley, who has 8 points, 4 rebounds, but 3 turnovers in 15 minutes. Jordan Poole has only played 17 minutes. Oh, Smiley dunk on the Pemberton drive. Impressive, Pemberton. 2 quickie assists. So yeah, Bob Myers talked about it at halftime. Can Smiley have this kind of confidence when he goes back up to the NBA? He's going to just have to suck it up and just believe in himself. Because if he doesn't, those alpha males in the NBA are going to, eat him up alive. So he's got to just have the same mentality in the big squad. Of course, he's been injured, so he hasn't really gotten a chance. And there's Hinton, layup, reverse, assist, Isaiah Reese. How many assists for Isaiah Reese? 7. That boy's playing good. We're up 21. That was quick. Wow. Minute to go. Pick and roll. Smiley Reese. Swing in the corner. No good. And dude just floored Smiley. So he picks up another, possession for the Warriors on a rebound, on an offensive rebound. Solid stuff by Smiley. Side out. It's to the point where the Clippers coach had to sub out the guy that fouled. Oh, look at Jordan Poole. He's on the bench. His 24 points, 24.3 leads the bubble. Not bad, young one. However, he only has 3 points today, and he's struggling. But he has had, numbers-wise, 3 or 4 straight games of good numbers, and then this one. Of course, I still do not consider the game where he gave up a 4-point play to force overtime. That one, to me, was a bad game. Because he scored a lot, but he made a lot of bad decisions. And then the one after that, when he scored 37, was much better. And now it's all a blur. I don't know if there was another game or if it's this game, but yeah, there was another game. He scored like 19 points, solid performance. They won. Smiley picks up a charge. Look at all these hustle plays by Smiley. You know what I think I need Smiley to do? First and foremost, I'm not saying that I haven't done this myself. I was that way as well when I was like 19 or 20. We need him to, stand up straighter, military style, and not have, hang his head like that as much. He needs to look more confident. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Can that be taught? Someone needs to have talk to him about that. Let's have Seth Cooper talk to him about that. But just to show, you gotta feel it. You gotta really, when you're in the NBA, yeah. Clay, right? Clay used to look, for lack of a better word, wimpier than he does now, right? I mean, Clay now, he's got that swagger. So Smiley needs that swagger. That's my opinion. And that's life lessons. That's for everybody. So you got to just clear your mind and just pretend you're the man, if anything. Just go for it. Now he commits a foul. They shoot a free throw because penalty. So 20 seconds left. Here comes Isaiah. We're still up 21. It's funny. Oh, Ryan Taylor. Is that Ryan Taylor? Yes, sir. And 1 3-point. That boy is a sharpshooter. All right. So Anthony Slater just tweeted, should Jordan Poole play backup point guard? Here's the problem. He's not playing backup point guard in the G League. So I don't know how you would do that. Like you're gonna play all these minutes as a shooter and a scorer, a Andrew Wiggins type here in Orlando, and then go back up to the big squad and play backup point. Wanamaker? That doesn't make any sense to me. But I could be wrong. Yep. Maybe that's something. Oh, can I ask that of Chris Weems? I could ask it in a roundabout way, like, is Jordan Poole being asked to play a role like that of Andrew Wiggins? And if he says yes, then we have our answer. Sort of. Check the comments real quick. Not much going on. We lost a couple people. No offense taken. Who's not playing is Salam Mawugbe. He's not playing either. A lot of people out. It's like a whole different team, especially with Poole only having 3 points. No Nico Mannion. So let me go look into that tweet from Anthony Slater. Did he write an article about this? Let's check it. Because you usually tweet something and with an article. Let's check that out. Yes, he did write an article. Okay. That's not happening. No, I just don't see it happening. Like, I'm a basketball guy. Like, I used to coach, I used to play. It's like, why would Jordan Poole come back and play point guard for the Golden State Warriors when he's not even close to playing point guard up here or down here in Orlando? Let's read this real quick. Okay, so Anthony Slater's logic is that there are only so many spots on the squad. There's Wiseman and Looney. They're coming back, and we know, if you can remember back 2 weeks ago, we know, one of them starting, probably Looney. Steve Kerr said that today, and you can check that in our channel. We have that video. So let's say Looney starts, Wiseman comes in, backs him up. We have a little Pascal in there in the mix, some Pascal with Wiseman, blah, blah, blah. But then you see the depth chart starting to go down. That's probably not as many minutes anymore for Juan, probably not as many minutes anymore for Mulder. But what do we do about Wanamaker? Because, yeah, he hasn't been performing to the level of Wanamaker Celtics bubble. So that's why he's thinking, oh, maybe they give Jordan Poole a shot. And as I say that, Poole hits a three on a catch and shoot. So now they're up, 28. They're up 28. That's nuts. How did they get to 28 so quick? Yeah, they're talking about the Boban Tobias Harris thing that Jordan Poole said. I asked that question. I brought that out of Jordan Poole. So it's not a regular thing for me. So I got to celebrate that. I don't always ask all the questions out there, but when I'm like the only guy, it was me, Christos of Greece, and Rashad Miller. I don't even know what outlet he's with. Just us three bouncing questions back and forth with Jordan Poole. So I had to keep things going and come up with some content to put on the channel. Got that. My quick time kind of screwed up though in that one because by the way, Smiley just got a block and a rebound outlet. Jordan Poole going downhill. So one of the other things that Jordan Poole said that I still want to put on our Instagram is that he and Smiley are like, Smiley is at a point where he wants to learn the culture of, basically AAU, Jordan Poole, and just learn the culture and it's kind of cool. We saw a little video of that. I told you that earlier. If you go check out Axel Tupan's TikTok or his Instagram, copied it on Instagram. Have a little of that Jordan Poole and Smiley exchange where Smiley is trying to learn the culture. And look at Eli Pemberton. No, Nate Hinton. Sorry. They look exactly the same. Nate Hinton, the Dallas G League player, gets a steal and a layup. So they went up by over 30 points at that point, 31 points, or 32 points. But now the Clippers hit a three. Jordan Poole cannot hit on the attack. Yeah, I'm going to ask that. I'm going to ask Chris Williams about Jordan Poole's role and if there's any translation back to Golden State. All right, I'll update you with like way more important things than, down 27 and the Clippers down 29 and the Clippers get a dunk now 27 because otherwise this game's snooze fest. Let's see. Eli Pemberton doing things. Okay. Still skimming this Anthony Slater article. Warriors get the ball again. They're still up 29. Jordan Poole behind the back pass way outside to Wesson to Eli Pemberton gets blocked. Pemberton again. Clippers call timeout. We are up 31 points. Jordan Poole talking to Wesson about something. Anyways, timeout. 8 more minutes in the snooze fest. I'll stick around because I got to stick around anyways. I got to stick around for the post game. Ask either Chris Weems or Jordan Poole. Probably not going to get Jordan Poole about possibly playing backup point. Okay. The Warriors have a 105.4 defensive rating in Wanamaker's 512 minutes. 512 minutes divided by 31 games, right? 16 minutes a game. So people out there are going crazy over just, crucifying Wanamaker for 16.5 minutes a game. Like, it's like the least of my concerns. But yeah, it's a concern. I'll give you that. Let's see. Offensive rating is 107, which is terrible in the NBA. I think you want to be around 120, I'm guessing. 122, 124, kind of that magic number in today's NBA. Pair Poole with Wiseman. God, I don't know. I mean, Jordan Poole is going to have to do something we didn't expect with the Golden State Warriors for him to stick in any rotation. So Slater is suggesting, hey, you might as well give a shot to Jordan Poole to play backup point. Okay, I can't connect the dots from the G League bubble, but that's fine. Maybe G League bubble was more about him just getting confidence versus doing anything specific. Because I asked this specifically as well. When Steve Kerr texts Jordan Poole, Nico Mannion, Smiley, he's just trying to give him confidence. There's nothing really outside of that. There's nothing, Steve has said in the past few media availabilities, he says, we just need him to play. We just need him to have good games, have bad games, just feel the game. And so maybe we can't really draw any conclusions about it. The role, because that's just not a priority reading between the lines of what I just said, though, is that, Poole and Smiley are struggling, so they just need to play and get out of struggle city. Caleb Wesson's doing stuff. So we're up 31 again. Very, very comfortable lead. Oh, I see why. There's a Jordan Poole passing highlight from the guy who runs Warriors Reddit. Okay, so Bob Myers said at halftime, I missed this, but he and Joe Lacob are going to Orlando to check out the Warriors and check out some other teams. So maybe they're doing a little scouting. Who would they scout? Oh, excuse me. I've said this before in the last couple live streams. The guarantee date of Mike Mulder is coming up and Damian Lee. I don't see them cutting Damian Lee because cutting a non-guarantee contract does not result in a penalty. So you always wonder if one of those is on the chopping block. So 24th coming up, or is it 27th? Someone go look at spottrack.com. I think it's the 24th. And by then we will know if there's going to be, it's like a Jenga puzzle. Like you move one out and the dominoes start to fall. Because after that, it makes reasonable sense. Oh my goodness, Jordan Poole tweaked his ankle because somebody stepped on it. Oh man, yeah. I didn't even see that. I wasn't paying attention. Sorry, guys. I completely missed that. So it got stepped on like that. So it's an inside out ankle sprain. That sucks. So many people are injured. So we need to get an injury update. This post game is going to suck because it's going to be Chris Weems and probably nobody that's really on the Warriors, the Golden State radar. Only 5 minutes and 45 seconds to go before this game is over. Okay. Dusty Hannah's at the line. We're up 29 points. We're going to run away with this one. So call it a night for Jordan Poole, no Nico Mannion, Turkey win. No, Dwayne Sutton, totally different team, it feels like. I'll be right back. Hope I don't miss anything in this 30-point thing. 30-point win for the Santa Cruz Warriors, who, by the way, are going to go to what, 5-3 now? So they are making a good run right now. They, in the Orlando bubble, they'll only take the top 18 out of 18, and it's a single elimination kind of, Elite Eight March Madness type deal where anything can happen. And just think, all you gotta do is win that first playoff game, and you're in the Final Four. And that's just so sudden. It's a little scary if you're, say, a top 4 team in the bubble, like Ignite. Like they could be out of it real quick. Even if they're winning all these games, which they've been winning. And then you have a team like the Warriors, kind of 5-3, and kind of like not an elite team in the bubble. And they could suddenly become an elite team and just be in the Final Four just after their first round matchup. So, and you know what? I would, if I were the Ignite team, I would want to play the Warriors first. Look at Ryan Taylor, just the catch and shoot, bam, bam. Ryan Taylor breakout game. Why? Because he has come on, box score. This is so slow. My goodness. Ryan Taylor, 8 of 13, 6 of 9 on threes, 23 points. But actually, Axel Tupan leads the team with 24 points. Jordan Poole, only 8 points, 23 minutes. He's tweaked his ankle. Smiley 17 minutes. Yeah, I don't see him in there as well. Probably up for him because last time I asked, Chris Weems said Alan Smiley Beach would pretty much only play 15, 16, or 17 minutes. Three and a half to go. All right. We're getting comments on our website, and I get the alerts. Draymond says he can control his emotions. Where's the evidence? God, dude, just like you're gripping every game so tightly as a Warriors fan. Just relax, man. Just it's not. Don't worry about it. It's Draymond Green. Like, where have you been these past, 8 years? Like, it's all part of the package. I said this when it happened. Just like you're gonna get a potential run out turnover by Steph, a behind the back trophy goes out of bounds to Clay in Game 7 of the 2016 Finals. That's part of the package. You can't be mad at that. You just can't. Like, Steph's very, I mean, actually, I don't know that Steph has solved that turnover problem. I don't know. You know, it doesn't necessarily have magically gone away. And so why can't Draymond get the same judgment, you know, the same way you look the other way kind of on those Steph turnovers? You're not bothered by that. So why is it that you're bothered by the Draymond technicals? Like, doesn't happen every game. It happens once in a blue moon. Just, maybe I'm too big picture, but it's better to be big picture, I think. I mean, yeah, enjoy the moment, whatever, but also don't don't be a prisoner of the moment. And some of y'all out there are just like, it's just gripping life too tightly. Like, just let go a little bit. Draymond will be fine. He's had to play a style for the last 7-8 years, and suddenly you want him to, average the same amount of points that he had in 2016 when he had Clay and Steph as targets, when guys had to suck down into the paint to guard Bogut at the rim. It's just not the same. Like he's got to change his game quite a bit. And people saying that they want to trade Draymond, are you kidding me? Like, that's like the easiest way to tell if you're a true Warriors fan. And it's like, remember when Steph was like, "Oh, let me go this way, ready?" In that game, this was like 3 games ago. I think it was against Miami. And Draymond, oh, fake fan, dribble handoff, Steph splash. Like, you want to trade the guy that read Steph's mind? So I don't want to go negative on anybody anymore. Let's keep it positive. It's just so tiring dealing with all these cold takes on Twitter and our website apparently. Okay, so if anybody has any other questions, go ahead and fire away because we're about to finish this game. I already got the tweet from the G League Warriors. We won. We won by 39 points. Oh my God. This is AAU game. 129-90 was the final score. And I'm going to end it right when they end it here. And hit the post game. Record the post game. Even though they're not going to have Jordan Poole. Not going to have Smiley, probably. I don't know. Just slog through the rest of the day on that. There's so much Warriors practice material that I have that I need to do later. And there's your final, your buzzer. That's it, folks. Exit out of YouTube TV. Shout out Benzino for the YouTube TV account. Thanks for joining me. Cut this off. We'll see you tomorrow. Madison Square Garden. We got Warriors Knicks tomorrow, 4:30, probably 4:15 for us. And we'll be here, and I got to figure out who's going to join me for that. So hope I get somebody.